Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. How are you all? As you know that we are on chapter number 6, The Flying Machine, part 1, and we have completed its reading and words meaning, and we have started its exercise. As you know students that in our previous lecture we have completed its comprehension part 1, that was the answer the following questions. Today we are going to solve the next one part of the comprehension so that you can check that how much you have learned and how much you have understand from the reading. This is page number 56 and today we are going to solve the second and third part of comprehension and working with words part 1 and part 2. So let's move towards our part 2. So this is part 2. Say whether the following are true or false about the story. So students, this is also a part of the comprehension because you can assess yourself by answering the true false so that you can have understand the story well or not. The A part of this is Uncle Slim was not very heavy. So we look in the picture and in the reading that whether Uncle Slim was heavy or not. So students, here you can look in the picture that Uncle Slim was a heavy person, a fat person, and in the reading also we come to know that he is a heavy person. Look here in page number 53, Uncle Slim was old and fat. So we come to know from here that he was a fat person, a heavy person. So that statement is false. So students, that's why we will write down F here. F stands for false. Now the next one sentence is Sammy used the garage as a workshop. So we will look in the reading that where Sammy worked. This is page number 54 and here you can look that when Sammy asked his father that I need a workshop, so his father has given permission to work in the garage. Use the garage but don't make too much noise. So this statement B part, Sammy used the garage as a workshop, is a true statement. So we will write down T here. Now look at the C part. Sammy didn't use any screws. So we look in the reading that what he used. This is third one paragraph of page number 54, the main third paragraph. He put screws in all the joints and tied them up tightly. So this statement is also false and we will write down F. So Sammy didn't use any screws is a false statement. The next one statement is Sammy covered the wings with cloths. No, this is not a right thing because we come to know that he didn't use any cloth. As here in this page, page number 54, we have read that he used only bamboo, string, old newspaper, knife and screwdriver in making the glider. And here in this line, Sammy is telling us that he covered the wings with sheets of newspaper. So this statement is also false. So we will write down F in front of this statement because this statement is also false. Now D part, Uncle Slim thought the glider wouldn't fly. This is a true statement because we come to know from the reading that Uncle Slim was actually thinking that the glider wouldn't fly and he was not frightened at all. So this is a true statement and we will write down T in front of this statement. Now we move towards the next one question. This is question number 3. Answer the questions about this line taken from the story. So students, this line is taken from the story. At that moment, he heard a knock at the front door and ran to see who it was. So this is on next part. Here are some question answer given, and you have to give the answer of these questions with reference to this line. So first question is, who ran to the front door? So we look at the reading that what's actually going on over there. Now students, look at page number 53. Sammy's design was nearly finished. It was a good design and he was very happy. At that moment he heard a knock at the front door and ran to see who it was. "Hello, Uncle Slim," he cried. "Come in. Come and see my design." So we come to know from these lines that actually Sammy heard the knock at the door, and on the door there was Uncle Slim. As we have observed in the previous reading that what's the situation over there, so we will write down the answer in a very good way. The first one question, who ran to the front door? The answer of this question is Sammy ran to the front door. So we will write down these answers like this. The answer will be Sammy. Now we move towards the next one, question part B. Who was at the front door? As we come to know from the reading that Uncle Slim was on the front door. So the answer will be in this way. Uncle Slim. So you write down Uncle Slim. What had been finished at that moment? As I have seen you that at that moment the painting of Sammy had been finished. So we will write down the answer. Sammy's design for the flying machine. Now look at D part. What happened next? This is a little bit comprehensive question, and you have to use this reference to the context, and you have to give the answer that after this situation what happened next. So students, take a look of page number 53. That at that moment that when Uncle Slim came at Sammy's home, Sammy showed him the drawing of the flying machine. First of all, Uncle Slim said that, "Good drawing," said Uncle Slim with a laugh, "but it won't fly." When he just observed the machine, he just gave a comment that it won't fly. So this happened next to that sentence. So the answer of this question will be, Sammy took Uncle Slim inside and showed him the drawings of the flying machine. Uncle Slim studied the drawings and said the machine would not fly. This is the answer of D part of question number 3. So the second part and the third part were the part of comprehension. Now we are going to do the part B, working with words. So this is also a very interesting activity. A general name for boys, girls and babies is children. So you know that if we are talking about boys or if we are talking about girls or babies, we call them collectively children. So the first one statement is that find general names for the following. So here some descriptions are given to you, and you have to find out the names of these things. If we talk about beans, peas and potatoes, so what are these? These all are vegetables. So we will write down the collective name of these things, vegetables. Okay students, A part is vegetables. Now look at part B, lilies, roses, orchids. You know that all these are the names of different flowers. So we will write down the collective name of these flowers. C part, tigers, lions, dogs. All these are animals. D part, robins, eagles, doves. As you know that robins, eagles and doves all are birds. So we will give a collective name for all these three birds. Part E: Argentina, Italy, Canada. You know that these all are the names of countries, so we will write down countries. So students, this is the activity which is working with words of part 1. Now we move towards the part 2 of this activity. Now students, look at part 2, which is relevant with this activity is relevant with part 1. Copy the words in the lists into your notebook. First of all that words which are given over there, we have to copy that all words in our notebook. But before you do so, add another item to each list. So students, you have to when you are going to write down these words, look here, you just have to look here that all these different words, like these are the vegetables, these are the flowers, these are the names of animals, these are the birds, and these are the names of the countries. While you are going to write down all that words on your notebook, you have to add one more item with this. Like if you are going to write down the vegetable, you have to write down one more vegetable with this. So with adding one more word, you have to complete this list. And the second one thing is that then write the words in each list in alphabetical order. So you have to write these words in alphabetical order. So students, as you know that what are alphabets? Alphabets are our A to Z complete letters, 26 letters, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So when you are going to write down the alphabetic order, you just have to look at the first one letter of each word and give them the arrangement in alphabets. Like, for example, here a list is bean starting with B, peas starting with P, and potatoes starting with P. So these two words are starting with the same letter. So first of all we will write down bean. Then we will look at the second letter, that here E comes after P and here O comes after P. So E comes first and O comes later on. So the arrangement will be same. First of all we will write down beans, then peas, then potatoes. So I have completed this activity on notebook so that you can take a look of that and do this work in a good way. So look here students, that list of the words in alphabetical order. The first one is beans, then peas, then potatoes, and another word I have added is tomatoes. So look here, B part. The first one is lilies starting with L, then orchids come, then roses, and another word sunflower I have added. C part, cats, dogs starting with D, then lions, and I have added another word, tigers. D part, doves, eagles, robins, and sparrows, another word because S comes after R. So you just have to look at the first one letter of each word and you have to arrange. Argentina starting with A, then Canada, then Italy, and then I have write down Pakistan. So students, this is the solution of exercise part A, comprehension 2 and 3, and part B, working with words, part 1 and 2. I hope so this is quite clear to you and you will do this activity quite well. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.